today we're going to be working on the Fusion. We're going to be replacing this little doohickey right here. So on the bag system, you have a lot of units that come into play. Your check valve is one of them. My check valve, I've had this system for like 2 years. My check valve has taken poop on me. So it's causing the system to short out, and then my controller shuts off, all that other bull crap. So we're gonna replace that, and hopefully that takes care of all my issues. I actually tried to DIY cheap prick my way out of it. I went and picked up a aftermarket check valve from Grainger Supply and tried to do that, but it didn't work. It got up to like 110 psi in the tank, and then just decided to spray air out of the freaking check valve. So I went ahead and ordered the one from Bag Riders, the SMC valve, and hopefully that's going to take care of everything and get me back rolling. Okay, so I got the car out here. It's aired out right now because I don't know, I just always like having it aired out whenever I'm going to be working on the tank or anything like that. Car's filthy as shit right now. Don't worry about the trunk. This is all getting done this weekend. There's going to be another video on that. Yeah. But the first thing you're going to want to do, everything's at easy access. You're going to want to let all the air out of the tank. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick, and then I will get back with you. All right, so I got all the air out of the tank, so there's no air left in the system at all. So next job, this is going to be your check valve right here. This is a one-way valve. A check valve is a one-way valve. It only allows air to pass this way. It does not allow air to go back to the compressor. So a way to check your check valve without taking it apart or anything like that is on your compressor. You'll take off your filter. You just unscrew this little doohickey right here. You unscrew that. This pops off. You take a little dish soap, put it on your finger, and rub it around right here, and then hold your finger on there for about a minute. If air or bubbles start coming out, that means that your check valve is bad. It's allowing air to go back to your compressor, which is not a good thing. So that means that your check valve needs to be replaced. And so I'm gonna go ahead and take this out. You just unbolt this, check valve out. I'm gonna put some new plumber's tape on the SMT valve, and then we will get that done. Okay, so this is the check valve that I have from Grainger. I don't really know why it failed, because it's supposedly rated up to 250 psi. My tank sits at about 195 all the time, but there's a small pinhole right here, and that is where air was coming out. So I don't know if it was just a release or I don't know, but it didn't work. So we're gonna put the SMC valve in like I probably should have done whenever I got the bags. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this out of here. It's already got the plumber's tape on there, thread it in, and then I'll put plumber's tape on there, thread that in. I'm gonna plug everything up. Hopefully no leaks or anything like that. We'll spray it down with soapy water and make sure everything works. Of course, the one freaking ratchet wrench that I didn't bring is the one that I need. All right, so SMC valve is in. I'm gonna go ahead and plumber tape the compressor line and connect that, and then we'll fire it up and make sure everything's holding air properly like it should. Yeah. All right, SMC valve is in. Everything is tightened down. Gonna go ahead and fire the car up and make sure everything holds. So let's start her up real quick. Let's see. Compressor should kick on. This is gonna show 0. So it's taking air. Well, I connected the car, so my bad. But it's taking air right now. Everything's airing up. I'm gonna go ahead and go get a bottle of like soapy water, and I'm gonna spray that fitting down, make sure it's not leaking. It's airing up a lot faster than it did the other day whenever I replaced it with that other check valve. So I'm gonna go do that, and then I'll be back. Okay, so everything's connected. I got the bottle of soapy water, so I'm gonna go ahead and spray this fitting down. Gonna make sure there's no leaks. If there's no leaks, we're gonna let the system air up, and then I just gotta make sure that nothing cuts out. I've had that other fitting in there, and the fitting itself leaked, but it did not allow air to go back to the compressor. So I had no issues with the system actually shutting off by itself, or shorting out or anything like that. Everything stayed on the entire time. So I'm gonna spray this down and we'll see how it does. Bubbles or anything like that, so everything is everything's sealed, everything's good. I'm gonna let the tank air up, and then I'm gonna air it up and down a couple of times because before I replace any of them, because the original check valve is this one that comes with the system. This is the one that comes from Bag Riders with the 3-piece system, and lasted me 2 years and gave out. Whenever that one's in there, I was actually at a photo shoot, and they had me moving, getting in different spots so that they could get different pictures of the car with one of the homies. And like halfway through, my system just kept shutting off. And so with the bag system, you always carry like extra parts. I carry extra air lines, I carry extra fuses. So I replaced a fuse like 7 times trying to air up and air down. And as soon as I would go to air up and it would start filling up the tank, it would shut the system off, because it's a safety feature for the system, so that it doesn't allow air to go back through the compressor, fault out the compressor. So finally, it took about a week for me to get the SMC valve from Bag Riders, but they got it to me. But I'm gonna let that air up real quick, and then we will air it up and down a couple times, see how it does, make sure the system doesn't shut off, make sure I have no issues, and then hopefully everything's good. Also, kind of as just, you know, a PSA, the trunk has never been done on the car because I haven't gotten to the point where I was comfortable with the car for like show quality or anything like that. I don't even think I'm still to that point, but this year I felt like it was time for me to go ahead and get that done. This weekend I'll actually be going to pick up the stuff. We're gonna do a trunk setup. I'm gonna change it up a little bit. Nothing's gonna be in the same spot, well, minus the subs, because they can't go anywhere because they're fucking big. But yeah, we're gonna change up all that, and then I will do another video on that. Also, I get a lot of those. I love this color because you can never see nothing on it, but like my car is so dirty right now, it's filthy. Like, it's just unbelievably dirty right now. So probably this weekend, after I do the trunk setup, after all that's done, we'll go get the car cleaned up, run it through the car wash. They got like a little touchless wash down here that I like to go through, or I might even throw the mitts on and get to work scrubbing her down. But man, she's abused, man. She just doesn't get the love that she needs. Okay, so far so good. It's at 161 right now, still airing up, no issues, no leaks, nothing like that. I'm gonna let it get up to 195 like it's supposed to, and then I will air it up and down a couple of times, make sure everything's good, and yeah, we'll see where it goes from there. That's finishing up. I'm just gonna go ahead, I'll just like throw in like some cinematics for y'all real quick. I don't know nothing about what I'm doing, so you know, if you say anything about it, then I don't care. Okay, so the tank just shut off, the compressor just shut off, not the tank, the compressor just shut off, so it's at the max PSI for what I usually have it at, which I'm pretty positive is a 195, 194, so it's maxed out right now. I forget that's backwards, but anyways, it's maxed out right now, so that's all good. Made sure that there's no leaks in the system at all, and everything seems to be working. I'm gonna air it up and down a couple of times, make sure everything's good, and then that's pretty much it. That's how to replace a check valve for your compressor on your airlift 3P bag system or whatever you got. Hey, hold up, get out of there. All right, that's it. Everything's taken care of. That's how to replace a check valve. Probably way more complicated than it needed to be for me. But it's done. Car's fixed and she worked. And like I was saying, the trunk is getting done this weekend, so nothing worried about that. Peace.